John, you don't get to be as furious as the rest of us because you've been collecting a taxpayer salary for the last 17 years while the rest of us have been hurting out here on Main Street.
When women succeed, America succeeds is the mantra of Nancy Pelosi. So they can't have it both ways. They can't say they want to increase the numbers of women in Congress of 18% and then get involved in a competitive primary. It's not my job to find out what they want. It's my job to do what the voters want. Why these big businesses are getting subsidies while the small businesses get nothing and are hurting on Main Street, and then they can't compete with the big businesses. Cut all the corporate subsidies and let actual fair competition take place.
Now, an interview you will only see here on the record, a Democratic congressional candidate accusing her own party, the Democratic Party, of waging a war on women. Marisa DeFranco joins us. Nice to see you.
Hi, Greta. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me. So the problem is that the DCCC commissioned a poll, and I've been in this race since July 2013. And Greta, I'm the only person in my race who's actually turned in her signatures and qualified for the ballot. But the DCCC saw fit not to include my name. They polled the incumbent and the other challenger, who's another man, but they did not include my name as a choice in that poll. They're afraid of someone like me who speaks her mind, is independent-minded from the party, and is not going to kowtow to the follow-the-leader mentality. I have my own ideas on immigration reform. I have my own ideas on health care. I have knowledge and experience. My father and my mother are retired physician and nurse, and I have a lot of problems with the Affordable Care Act. I have a lot of problems with the big corporate written Gang of 8 immigration bill, and I speak my mind. And they don't want people who speak their mind in either party. They just want people to follow the leader, and that's not me. The DeFranco campaign is smarter, faster, and better. And it's time the Democrats cleaned up their own party and actually sent people down to D.C. who represents the interest of the hardworking people in my district. I'm better because I have the real-world experience that speaks to all voters, not just Democrats, because, as you know, we need to win more than just the Democratic base in Massachusetts because we have a majority of independent voters. Quite frankly, I'm the real fighter in this race because I have the real-world experience. We're actually working with people and representing them, and I don't have a big university behind me. I don't have a big federal government salary behind me. What I do is grassroots every day in my office, representing people on a shoestring budget and actually fighting the federal government when they're wrong and winning my clients' cases against those huge odds. There is still room in this Commonwealth, in this country, for a candidate who is a real grassroots candidate and not just the party machine candidate and not just the candidate of money, but somebody who can actually come through from the people as a representative of the people and bring the people's case to D.C. to actually get some things done. That's what I do in my practice and in my real world life, and that's what I want to do for the people of Massachusetts.
What is your beef with John Tierney, the incumbent?
My issue is that he hasn't been good for small businesses. The district needs job growth. It's not seeing that job growth, and mediocre is not good enough. Truth be told, actually small businesses, Adam, they're not that jazzed about the SBA loans because they involve a lot of red tape. So my position is let's go really to the core of where businesses need it, and it's tax breaks. And that's only one of my many solutions. I'll put my record of women's rights against all of my opponents because none of them have won a national award for their pro bono service that I've done.
What was your reaction to Deval Patrick's endorsement of Elizabeth Warren yesterday in Somerville?
Disappointed. Everybody is entitled to make their own decision, but 2 days before a convention, it's very interesting timing. I am troubled by inconsistent answers, delayed answers, and as I've said before to you, we need a Democratic nominee who can define and defend herself and not be defined by Scott Brown and the GOP attack machine. Small business is the engine that drives our economy, but too many business owners worry about the challenges ahead. As your representative in Congress, I will help you meet those challenges. I support tax breaks for small businesses, getting big money out of politics, and restoring your faith in Congress. Help me help you by voting DeFranco for Congress on September 9th. I promise to fight for solutions that are good for small businesses, good for the hardworking people of our district, and good for America. I'm Marisa DeFranco, and I approve this message.